In this video, I'm going to be discussing why it's so good to have a mentor or a business coach. Stay tuned and also check out my new intro, Roll. So I recently decided to work with a business coach and I've had a really good experience. I've worked with Ethan now for about 2 weeks and I'm just kind of trying it out and seeing how it goes. For these last 2 weeks, it's been going really well and I want to kind of share my experience with you. So basically we're all stuck right now in a global pandemic and procrastination, I feel like, especially from my perspective, is a big problem. So I wanted to find somebody that could potentially help me with a lot of ideas, with a lot of things that I've been wanting to take care of but haven't been doing so. I knew that I wanted to work with somebody that can be strict on me and can hold me accountable. I didn't want to work with somebody that I'm already friends with or other mentors that I'm already working with that kind of have emotional attachment to me. I really wanted to be somebody coming from a neutral standpoint, and I wanted to be an intelligent person. I wanted somebody that I can kind of bounce some of my ideas to. I could throw some of that stuff at the person and they could potentially throw things back at me and kind of see if I'm missing certain things and certain ideas and be able to kind of brainstorm with me. Brainstorming is a very big part of this. And that's something that is very important for me. Some of the things that I've already been working on within these last few weeks with my coach has been things like me wanting to wake up early. Waking up early is something very important to me and I've had lots of trouble with this. Obviously we have the global pandemic and because of that we're just kind of at home quite a bit. And when the morning comes, I just hit snooze multiple times and that's something I wanted to stop doing and really wake up early and take care of important things. In our brainstorming sessions, something that we noticed was when I did have meetings with people or an external source was relying on me, I had no trouble waking up early. I had no trouble taking care of that stuff. So what we've been thinking about in these brainstorming sessions has been me finding other people that could rely on me to do something, right? So I can make maybe a meeting with somebody or a friend that I could call to make sure that we speak at a certain time very early, and that way I can go and that would force me to wake up early, or maybe going on my runs. I do these runs usually in the evening, but instead of that, maybe I can do them in the mornings. Some other important thoughts that I've been discussing with my coach has been thinking of ideas of other revenue streams. So I've been thinking about maybe posting some of my photography on stock, like iStock and Shutterstock and places like that to make some small commission, or maybe making some classes for Skillshare or other premium places where I can post different various classes that I can teach people things and maybe make some small profit. Also doing some things with Amazon affiliates, also possibly making some source files for Envato or other design marketplaces, or potentially designing some custom templates for WordPress and putting those in their marketplace. These are some of the things that we've been kind of brainstorming and really thinking about this stuff. It's like kind of a small profit to do those things. So I'm still kind of brainstorming, but these are some of our initial beginning thoughts. The way that we've been conducting these meetings has been about 45-minute sessions, and normally we plan them, or I plan them for fairly early. The first meeting was at 8 in the morning and the other meeting was at 6 in the morning. So this automatically forces me to get up early, and I like that very much. And the meetings go through, I kind of talk about various ideas and brainstormings that I've been thinking about, and he'll ask me really good questions and kind of dig in and deeper to kind of get into kind of my thought process and kind of adding various ideas, what would be important to me, and kind of just thinking about things that I might have not thought about, and really just asking me really good questions. And like I said, that would last for about 45 minutes, and after our session, then he would send me kind of a summary email of what we've talked about, and then it'll be kind of like a little homework. I'll have to think about like more brainstorming about some of these other topics that we've talked about and how I can add various ideas and how I can further think about what I need to do to accomplish those ideas. Something that he pointed out to me was that he noticed that I'm very passionate about certain things, whether it's design or photography and being creative, and some other things I'm a little bit less passionate about. So it's really for me to figure out like a nice balance between passion and revenue, because like obviously you can be very passionate. I could be very passionate, and the actual amount of money that I'm making doesn't really matter that much because I like doing it so much. But it is important to make money for what I'm doing, or vice versa. I could be doing I could be making a good amount of money, or it's just a good chunk of money, but then not really being happy what I'm doing. So it's really important to kind of figuring out what that that good balance of of being kind of happy and satisfied with what I'm working on and what I'm doing, and still having a good revenue stream with what I'm doing. Obviously, it's different for different people. Obviously, if you have a family and you have kids and you have to support them, you know, there could be some different ideas with that. But in my particular situation, this is kind of what we've come up with, and I like it. If you're potentially interested in getting a business coach or a mentor, something like what I've been talking about, a good place to check out, it just depends on your budget and depends on kind of what you're thinking about, but a good place to check out is The Futur with Chris Do. He's got different packages on the website, and that would just be an interesting person to check out. Another potential idea is actually maybe checking out Craigslist. I know Craigslist can be somewhat fishy and things can be really weird there sometimes, but I've had really good experience on Craigslist, whether I'm buying stuff or finding people to help me with something. And this is actually how I found Ethan, which was on Craigslist. And we kind of, the way that we set it up was I've just been working with him for a few weeks, and we're just kind of trying it out and seeing how that goes. And as I mentioned earlier, it's been going pretty good. So maybe try, maybe see what you can, try your luck on Craigslist and see what you could find. And I realized that earlier I mentioned not to really work with close friends because you might have an emotional attachment to them and you might not listen to them as much, and they might not be able to push you as much. But if you think you could work with friends, and if you could find a good friend that you can hold accountable for certain important things that you want to take care of, and they could hold you accountable for certain things that they want to take care of, you guys can just make that deal that you really could push each other and you could be strict on each other. And potentially that's something that might be a pretty good solution from a financial standpoint. And that's just something to think about if you have any friends that could push you, that you could trust to do something like that. Thank you so much for taking the time and to hanging out with me and listening to this video. I hope you got some good stuff out of it. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you like this video, feel free to like the video. I hope you actually liked it. And if you have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment below. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a good one.